Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's the one, the only, the Azothan, and I'm here today for a little Azeroth Wars theory crafting. Yes, that's what we're going to be doing today. And I know what you're asking. Well, what could you possibly theory craft? Fuck you, this game is really complicated, and I love trying to figure out different strategies that might work. And one of the big things that has always frustrated me from both sides is the South Alliance fight. I absolutely cannot stand the way it stands right now, because as dark green, I almost always feel unbelievably overpowered and pretty much safe. There's one player out there who has a strategy. I don't know what it is, man. Every time he hits, I'm dead. And I figured out the only way to beat it. It's an extremely early rush from both sides. It's the perfect number of units. There's no way that dark green can defend it. He's clarified this before. The only answer is for the yellow to swing down through the blasted lands and through the Swamp of Sorrows and flank one of the attacks and make sure that it goes out. He can't go through Blackrock. It'll take too much time. He'll lose too many units. So we're going to be talking about a strategy that I'm trying to develop for teal. Now, this is still in the extremely experimental phase. I want to clarify with that. And it requires an intense amount of micro and some good creep stealing. There may be a way for me to work in taking these creeps. Rather, hold on. There we go. Okay. Doing much better. 3D positional audio, environmental effects. Yeah. Okay, I think we're good. That was like getting Diablo 2 level out. Okay. It involves creep stealing. Now, what this does is you're just going to go ahead and say goodbye to Blackrock. There's no chance that you're going to keep this base with this strategy. It requires on a completely just getting the hell out of there. Now, this is built on the idea that, yes, it is extremely hard for yellow and dark green to kill you while you control both Blackrock and Outland. Because you can attack from here, you can attack up into here, you can attack through here, you can attack down here, or charge up and take some of these control points. Basically, it relies completely on the fact that the South Alliance, doesn't know where you're going to be, doesn't know where you're going to attack, and you have many options. And not only that, they often have to move extreme distances in order to effectively counter you, because they can't just charge through the base. So, this takes that idea to the extreme, and you're going to see how we do this. Now, I try to get here. This yellow is very quick, but I do manage to get some of them. You do see, in response to my super aggression, he's going to move everything down here. Now, this delays his creeping. As you can see, none of this has been killed yet at all. There's no income. He hasn't even taken out the bandits. I do lose, I think, Rend? Did I lose Rend? No, I get out of there with Rend. I do manage to grab this Null Overseer. I'm going to grab these creeps as well. So I get a decent number of creeps for my problems, for my trouble. Come on, Null Overseer, get back down here. Now, while you're doing this, you want to make sure that you are creeping Outland with Magtheridon. What you do as well is you go for the stereotypical rush out here. You've got Kha'Zix and Kargath. Those are the two most important things. You're also going to make sure that you have a good supply of peons right here. You're going to want to rally everything you can right there, and that's where your first big rally is going to be. And as you can see, Magtheridon, he's pretty much capable of taking everything on. Now, this also means, this strategy, you will have to be very aware of your demon spawns, because they are going to hold Outland for you for a little while. Rend! Okay, he's fine. So keep that in mind, guys. These demon spawns, a lot of stuff. I mean, come on, an Infernal in the beginning of the game, and an Infernal is a terrifying weapon. And you should be utilizing them not only to creep Outland, but also later on in the strategy you'll see where they come into play. Now, you're just going to go ahead and let yellow have this. Let him go crazy. I guess there is another optional thing. I did forget a Pilgrim here. You could go, as you can see, I have a ton of extra money and not enough. I was not paying attention to my grunts. And I do leave this little group here, and you're going to see why as well. It's going to serve as a minimized version of Blackrock. We're not going to watch this whole game. This is going to be a short episode just for theory crafting on teal. Now, teal's problem is he cannot fight yellow and dark green together. That is what this strategy tries to deal with. You want to make both of them so uncomfortable that they don't feel comfortable leaving their bases and have to fight solo. Now, like I said, there's an alternate version of this where you go ahead and make about, I don't know, 21 peons, throw them all in Fel Orc Burrows. Now, I know what you're thinking. Fel Orc Burrows. First thing is, they never think to shut these down. Second, heavy armor, not going to get wiped out by mortars. Third, I know you're seeing 34 to 41 chaos damage. It's very slow attack speed, but it's very slow attack speed for each of the 4 peons that is in there. So it fires 4 total things at very slow. I don't count that as very slow at that point. Now we do see Dark Green moving down, and they're thinking, woo, look at us, we're feeling sexy. We just kicked Teal right out of Blackrock. What an idiot, right? Oh, what is this, though? That's right, this is the strategy I'm talking about, guys. I'm going to go ahead and build a goddamn navy. Yes, and you can, Dark Green is going to swing down here. Make sure you respond to these tentative pokes, pushes, and prods with overwhelming force. You want to make sure that you kill these off so that he doesn't feel comfortable coming south. You want to make sure, and this is a shitty game beside the strategy working with the South Alliance conflict. Now, like I said, overwhelming force, because if he gets too cocky, he'll just come in, see what you're doing too early on, and get some kind of indication. That's the thing you want to avoid. You do see that I have rallied all Necrolites, Fel Orc Raiders, and Fel Orc Grunts. That's the majority of your force in this instance, at least for the Norse force that is going to be leaving these shores. Leave these here. I'm just checking to make sure that they're still here. Now, this serves 3 different functions. Distraction, control point sniping, and it's not actually 3. I just said 3 without thinking. It's 2. You're going to be able to distract your opponents, build barracks, 1-2, 1-2 grunts, 1-2 grunts, maybe 8 grunts down here. Bam, you just sniped 4 control points and posed a serious threat that he has to react to with a significant chunk of his army. Dark Green is strongest with that hero squad, and that is what you want to avoid having to fight in choke points or on his schedule. Now, oh, look at this. All the transport ships filled up. Make sure you bring a good number of fellow peons. You will be rebuilding Blackrock for all intents and purposes. See, I took that control point back. Not going to let him have it. Karazhan, rather, will remain in the hands of the Fel Horde. Now, we do see Dark Green and Yellow had their own problems, but they didn't actually respond to them. They just said, fuck it, if you want Stromguard, just have it. Pink was like, I want to be ruler of the trolls, and Gray said, Stromguard shall be mine. Oh, actually, it does look like they have a bit of a tussle over here. Huh. Hopefully Gray will leave, because I'd feel really awful if the strategy only worked because they were under attack by the Horde. It's embarrassing. Okay, but this is more about the idea, the theory. I think someone with better micro than myself might be able to get this off better. Bam. Land on the shores. Go ahead. Start killing things off. Start building a Great Hall, a War Mill. Get your Spirit Lodge up, your barracks, your Bestiary. That's the most important ones. One of each is generally enough to keep you supplied. Focus on upgrades. You're going to want to get the Skeletal upgrades so that you can get Skeletal Grunts. Also, remember that when you summon Skeletal Grunts, they have charge. Alright? They're a 400 hit point skeletal unit with insane attack damage and charge. Now, the reason this northern force is going to become so extremely potent is for 2 reasons. A, Yellow doesn't know about it. B, you're gonna get Zulahead, which means that not only will you have the mana regen aura, and let's remember, Kha'Zix dispels any buffs, can curse units, War Stomp. Problem is, tends to run out of mana pretty quickly. Kargath, amazing AoE ability. Increases your unit's regeneration by I think it's like 400%, 500% in max. It's insanely good. It's pretty much the only form of healing that Teal has. You use it in the downtime between fights or in the middle of a fight if you want. And on top of that, you're going to be getting Chain Heal from Zulahead. And the reason we're using Necrolites is because, well, skeletons. And if we can keep Dark Green from feeling confident enough, we do see he's going to be building up. Don't know where he went. Let's go ahead and switch over to Dark Green and see where his heroes are. D3 Monk. How you doing there, buddy? Now, you do see he's upgraded the armor of his units. He's getting some captains out. How's his priest looking? No upgrades on the priest yet, so I actually could have gone pretty Evercaster down here in the south, but the assumption is that your Dark Green opponent will be intelligent and will get that rank 1 initiate to at least dispel the skeletons. Otherwise, if you can get an attack quickly enough with a caster Teal, you're gonna absolutely destroy him. Now here comes Sassin thinking, you know what? I'm actually pretty excited right now. Teal's not really doing anything. I took his base. It's a good day to be a dwarf. It's a good day to be a dwarf, laddie. Now let's go explore the Twilight Highlands. I have no idea what I could possibly expect there, but I hear it's very pretty. They have dragons, you know. And I was just, mother of fuck. What's going on here? Well, at least it looks like a relatively small force. I mean, laddies, we could probably take this out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, dear God. Oh, that's not good. Oh, retreat. Oh, this is a terrible idea. Oh, we should not be here at all. Oh, God. Well, we have guns. Ah, shit. It's not really working out for us. And as you can see here, for every unit of mine or his that falls, bam, I will be rezzing him with these Necrolytes. I don't have Zul ahead yet, so it was a little bit of a bad positioning for me. I could have easily run out of Necrolytes. Also, if you are fighting this theoretical composition, oh, you do see these trying to swing around and target down these casters, realizing that they are going to be the ultimate problem for him. These skeletons are going to pretty much counter these riflemen. Not a huge attack speed on the riflemen. They are weak against the normal attack of the skeleton warriors, so I do have that bonus. And just look how many fucking skeletons are here, man. You never see this on red in North. This many skeletons is unheard of. And bam, just in case the skeletons were feeling like, you know, a little fluey, a little, you know, like I've got a bug in my throat, I decided to go ahead and make sure that they could regenerate their health. Oh, what is with this? Hold on, guys. We seem to be having some frame drops for no apparent reason. Woo! Oh, Azothan's freaking out. Hold on. I'll be back in a second. Hey there, guys. Jumping right back in. Sorry, I actually had to take a day break there because for whatever reason my computer was just slowing down massively when I would try to record. But it's all fixed now. Apparently we're sitting at a healthy 30 frames per second. I wanted to point out something here. Yellow was all ready to go ahead and position his troops right down here in the Blasted Lands. He was getting ready to flank me. He figured I would go for the stereotypical big teal frontal attack. But this is confusing them because he hasn't seen anything out here. He took out Blackrock, so he knows that's not a danger. He assumes my next big attack has to be right here. But again, they see no evidence of attacking going on, so this confuses him, causing them to retreat. Now, this is important to note because if dark green and yellow work together, there is very little that teal can do. It's almost non-existent. Simply, and we'll notice this more with Griffin rushes and such like that, teal just cannot get the amount of melee units to deal with dark green that he needs, and the range units to take out these Griffin riders as well. Now, here's the difference with the spellcaster approach for teal. He has what he needs. He has the firebolt on his warlocks. And warlocks, by the way, I need to incorporate them more heavily. They are a nice addition to the Necrolyte because not only are you summoning these huge groups of units, we're going to speed it up just a little bit so we get back to where I think it was 1150. Not only do you have these huge groups of 7 skeletal units coming up, and by the way, at one point they reach 400. I mean, like we've mentioned that. It's huge. And we're going to mention a few changes to this build that need to be made. I would advise a heavier group of Necrolytes up here against yellow. Frankly, yellow doesn't have what he needs to fight you off. He doesn't have the dispels that are required. Necrolytes against dark green, look at this. He's already going to have, I mean, most dark greens at this point are going to have one upgrade on their priest. They're going to have dispel. It'll wipe out a huge chunk of your army in one dangerous little blast right there. Like I said, make sure that you're creeping outland, using warlocks to make sure that you can take out these flying units. Very good. Firebolt spam takes out doom guards, minimal damage to you. And now we have all of outland, admittedly minus like a couple creeps here and there. We've taken out most of the important stuff, and now yellow comes charging in here thinking, well, here teal is just giving me a huge opening. I mean, I'm gonna go take, oh my god, like we were saying. This is completely unexpected. Big stuns go off. He's only got one Griffin Rider, a minimum of AoE here. He's lacking on mortar teams. He's going with the stereotypical rifleman spam to support dark green. But what do? As yellow, when you're fighting this, his upgrades are at 0-0. He's got no upgrades. I've got 1-1 on my front melee. A Demolisher here to go ahead and take out some stuff in the back. You're gonna see he's gonna try to move the Griffin Rider into the back to start doing some damage to these Necrolytes, realizing they are the serious threat here. No way I can go on. And now at this point, dark green's probably going, oh, well, shit. And by the way, look at the bank we have. I wasn't even being nearly effective enough with my money. I was just completely swarmed. And little side attacks, you see that I've constructed a barracks here because when dark green goes ahead, he's going to run up here. He's going to be like, oh god, I've got to help yellow. That's when you counterattack out of outland. Lots of grunts, 3 demolishers, 3 I don't know what they're called. Eridar Warlocks. 3 Demolishers, 3 Eridar Warlocks at both locations. Because, honestly, 6 is a little too much. 3 will present a sizable danger to their to their units. You can see I still haven't had a chance to kill off these red dragons. Yellow did come in quite quickly. But like I said, 3 Eridar Warlocks, tons of stuns. You've got the stasis traps, you've got the mass bloodlust, and you're going to have that ever so important rain of fire. 3 is plenty, okay? 3 is going to do a lot of damage. Plus, 3 Eridar Warlocks will also help you take down this red dragon much more quickly. They have decent health, good chaos, ranged attack. And like I said, 3 of each at both location means that no one's going to have exactly what they need to counter you. You can break down either front. You can be a threat to anything. 3 Eridar Warlocks and 3 catapults attacking this position. 1 improved guard tower, going to fall like that. They're going to bunch up on the bridge. Bam, you spam that AoE. Same thing at this choke point. You catch yellow. Bam, you spam that. A couple stasis traps. And here's the big danger for this. Dark Green's hero squad. If you allow him to get up a bunch of champions, he's going to be chasing down your heroes and trying to aim them. This is where the Eridar Warlocks really come into good use. You're going to want to leave stasis traps behind you as you move forward. Make sure you have plenty of Warlocks. If you see Dark Green start to move up to reinforce, you're going to want to invade out of Outland. You're going to want to invade out of whatever structure you've managed to hide in Blackrock. And remember grunts, because you want that pillage money. See, he's spamming Spearman. He's going to hope that he can hold this off. He knows he has at least a few units at the front, 2 armor. He's going mostly for the defense. He needs to hold that bridge. That's all he's thinking about. And remember to use Kha'Zix to go ahead and slow this big bugger down, or else he's just going to wreak havoc on your units. But minimal effort there, just a few axe trollers, Kha'Zix the Supreme. You're going to have no problem. You don't even have to research nets on your raiders. We're going to see Dark Green get a little cocky. He's going to think, well, fuck, I can do this. Now, here's what I want to mention. I do have a pretty sizable force in Outland. This could move out and crush Dark Green right now. I would suffer heavy losses, and I would not advise it. You want to force Dark Green to run away. Go ahead and take these control points back out here. Just make sure you present an ever-present threat to him. That's the most important part. Now, what do you do if Dark Green goes ahead and invades? This is a very effective strategy that I saw from a teal player who just towered the fuck up. And I think we can all agree I have the money to do this. About 3, 4, maybe 5 cannon towers, 3, 4, 5 improve the watchtowers. Go ahead and get that 1 ranged upgrade if you can throw it in there. Why not? It's a significant increase to the damage these are going to deal. You can focus down priests or whatever. But here's why you do this. Dark Green with a hero squad can kill this. He can just fucking ruin your day. He'll chase down your hero, he'll target everything. Everything's extremely, survivable. You want to have a lot of warlocks here, a lot of towers, force him to a choke point. And like I said, those stasis traps, that's going to stun his units for 1 to 2 seconds. That's enough for you to go ahead and group up your warlocks. Bam! Mass life drain, mass fireball on whatever hero/unit you deem most important. Most Dark Greens are going to run away if you kill one of their champions. You kill 2, I guarantee they run away. You kill a hero, it's a guaranteed retreat. They will not continue the fight. They know they're in danger. And if you can snipe off Bolvar now, that is a huge maybe. I would advise going for Varian. Thoris after that, probably too squishiest early on. Bolvar with his Divine Shield, too hard to kill. They can always activate it immediately as long as their finger is hovering somewhere near that W button. Now, like I said, more Necrolytes up here. Why? Yellow doesn't have Dispel. More towers down here. Why? Dark Green doesn't have Siege. It's gonna force them to fight outside their comfort zone. Together, they are super strong. Apart against these 2 separate strategies, they are absolutely rubbish. But remember, there's always the danger of Dark Green leaving enough units back here to defend while sending his hero group up here. That's why you keep the Warlocks, at least 1 group of them here, so you can cripple everything. Make sure your units have those Boots of Speed. If you can go ahead and nab them early on, I would suggest putting it on probably Kargath. They like to go for Zul ahead though, so maybe go ahead and put Zul ahead. He's the more important hero up here after a while. Chain heal. Kargath, always very good with that shout. Plus, guys, now we have Grim Batal. Oh my god. Mass skeletons with fucking vampiric aura. Oh, what is Yellow gonna do? What is Yellow gonna do? He can't do anything. This Yellow is like, Dwarven Keep Towers. Obviously, that's what's gonna save me. And I just laugh. Now, let's go ahead and talk about what Yellow and Dark Green can do to go ahead and counter this. Now, we do see I'm going to go ahead and send some units down here. Why not? It's going to make him start spamming some units. I'll kill them off fairly easily. I do have 1 armor, 1 upgrade. He's got better upgrades than me, but of course, Axeman versus an Orfel or Grunt, never going to be an equal fight. Sure, fellow grunts have less health, but you can go to activate that charge, build less together, and look, I'm just getting some money, some free money right there. Cutting off his reinforcements, he's gonna be like, oh, well, damn, I don't know if I want to move out because now I know he's taking this stuff here. Holy crap, if I move my units away from here, he's gonna move down. Oh, God. And now Zulahead starting at level 7. You now have 4 heroes, 2 on each front. Extremely powerful. I would advise going for the Endurance Aura so that your units down here are faster. Remember, down here is going to be more hit and run. With yellow, it's just going to be smashing through. The hit and run tactics just to keep dark green engaged. I do go for more Felorc Raiders than I probably needed, but I figure that their light armor would fare better against the Rifleman's piercing attack.
We're under attack.
Also, it's always fun to use net when they retreat. I do research net in this one, a little bit late. And I'm going to go ahead and take down the blacksmith so they can stop pumping out those 2 upgrades 2 at a time. And meanwhile, Outland completely secure. Lots of units coming in. Demon Portal's producing. Remember, bit of micro required to make sure that you keep bringing these units to the front. And like I said, let's talk about what dark green and yellow could theoretically do to counter this. If they were to share control. I mean, dark green freaks out and goes for Outrider spam. I'm just like, I'm going to fucking leave. How about that? How about I just leave? Yes, Outriders are scary, but I got my money. I distracted him, forced him to put a lot of money into units that suck. Taking back these control points. He tried to send a few to get them back. Yellow and dark green, if they were to share unit control, and yellow were to send a group of 12 engineers down here, and dark green were to send up a group of 12 priests up here with Dispel, they were to micro properly include those in those groups, they could counter this. That is an effective counter to this strategy. Unfortunately, most people don't feel comfortable actually sharing control with one another. Do see yellow is going to get a little on me here. He's going to try to push into Blacklock. I don't know why he didn't take this out originally. He very well could have. No reason why he shouldn't. I mean, that was just free right there. Dwarven Keep Towers now stationed already, putting some of his damaged riflemen in there. Again, always, if you're building emergency things, go ahead and put the most weakened riflemen inside your Dwarven Keep Towers and keep the good ones out in the front line to soak up some more damage. And here we go. Got our Demolishers. I think I go for like a full... Yeah, I go for the full 6 up here. Remember, I'm giving you recommendation on strategy and the alternatives that can be used to make it more effective. But... like I was saying, most people do not feel the need to share control with their allies. They just figure, I'll handle it on my own. You can't do that in this instance. This is a very effective strategy if your enemies do not choose to work together and share resources. Now I'm up to 2 on attack. I'm going to go ahead and push out. I know that he's probably got his 1 armor up. And I want to push out while I still have the advantage, the upgrade advantage. Kha'Zix the Supreme right up front, take some damage. You want him doing that splash damage. Oh, it's terrible. Every dwarf in the unit falls, comes back as a skeleton under our army. Go ahead and cast out that amazing Blade Fist, how all our units are regenerating their health. We do have Chain Heal for Kha'Zix the Supreme, and he is damn supreme. Go ahead and make our catapults go ahead and start focusing down. They do have quite a lot of health, so it takes a while. Dwarven Keep Tower is very scary. But not scary enough to deal with this. Look how many units. We are swelling every second that goes by, and our Necrolytes are not losing mana at an appreciable rate. It's just going absolutely crazy. Now we do see Dark Green pushed out, grabbed Ren from me. I'm going to have to back these units away, try to keep everything alive. I do have a decent concave here. I'm thinking if I can get these units here get stuck, I think we're going to see another instance of me not... Let's go ahead and look at that right there. Let's go ahead and appreciate how many Necrolytes are stuck behind that tree. Building placement, guys. Building placement. I try to get us around, but unfortunately units aren't quite fast enough going to allow him to get out of there. But he does leave a significant chunk of his army behind here while he's trying to focus on keeping his heroes alive. And don't forget, Succubi have that wonderful spell ability, Shadow Glaive or Knife or whatever. And this is a perfect place for Magtheridon, doing that splash damage, getting that AoE down. Keep him surrounded by units, make sure he can't get flanked, and here we see just absolutely terrible damage going down. Yellow's been firmly routed. We have a lot of free skeletal grunts. I recommend sending those out to the control points to nab them, and I had no idea pink and gray were here. That sucks for dark green and yellow. Admittedly, we do see that I made a few mistakes, so it's not as though the strategy is completely ineffective if your opponents are completely ready for it, or if they don't suffer any setbacks. And remember, guys, use your Overlord's ability, that Roar, 25% damage, extra armor, or extra attack on units. It's pretty basic, but it's very nice. Oh no. Increased attack speed. That's what you want.
Under attack.
And don't give them a moment to breathe, guys. That's the most important thing. North-South Alliance is very good at massing up, finding the correct places to build them, you know, defenses. You want to always be pushing, always doing damage, always hitting them. Once you commit to an attack, you can delay the attack, you can do whatever you want, but always make sure that you are putting pressure on once you start from beginning to end. You cannot afford to let them back up, get in choke points, get their heroes together, get their armies together, because even, let's say they just finally were like, fuck it, I can't save anything. I'm just gonna meet up with yellow. They can hold the choke point against you forever. Just do as much damage as you can. And of course, wonderful bits of damage. Look at this, 418 to 27. It's like the equivalent of a fucking axeman, and I get 2 of them. And they have charge, and they have vampiric aura. This strategy, I'm not gonna say it works, but it can work. I'm going to be working on this strategy for a while. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, next week, my classes are over. I'm so excited. Oh, well, actually, right now, I'm super fucking nervous. I'm really scared because I have 4 finals, a book report, and a Chinese skit that I have to practice this weekend. Cranking this video out before I get it done. I may get out 1 or 2 custom campaign videos in the next week, but for the most part, maybe I'll do like a victory one after each class is done. But for the most part, it's going to be a slow week, and I apologize for the slow week. I've been getting my shit in gear. Being back in school is a bit tough for me. You see Gray pushing down here. No big deal. We have more than enough to deal with him, and he doesn't have any appreciable dispels to get rid of what we have. And that's my teal strategy.
Town is under attack.
And we do, oh god, so many necrolytes. It's fucking ridiculous. Not much more. I just want to discuss, this is an opening for teal. Late game teal's pretty basic, it's pretty understandable. Necrolytes are almost always going to be employed unless your opponent has excellent dispels. You're always going to want to have demolishers. Even the possibility of building up some blade masters. Blade masters are always good if you can windwalk them into the army, get some damage. It's pretty basic. It's just, I want to see the openings for teal vary, because this has some extremely good possibilities. But it requires some refining from people who may be just a little bit better than me. Oh god, I think I remember this. Let's see how close Kha'Zix gets to death. Kha'Zix, how you doing, buddy? He's so close to death. I think he is to the point where one more shot would have killed him, and then for whatever reason the riflemen started ignoring him. But again, even our basic skeleton warrior's 300 health. 3 armor, 14 to 72 damage, even only 2 on upgrades. It's a really good strategy, guys, and it works great. It gives you plenty of room for upgrades. I would say that do the opposite of what I did. There's no need to go ahead and buff your necrolytes with the upgrades for now. You have the spell you need right off the bat. We're going to pause this and just talk, or we're going to let it play out while I talk. You have the spell you need. It's Raised Dead. Skeleton Warriors, it's going to crush yellow. What you need are the Warlocks and the Mastery for the Warlocks that allow you to Life Drain and Hero Target. That's going to be the key to getting this to work, is being able to micro well enough and have the appropriate distribution of resources to the places you actually need. For example, you don't need anything other than Raised Dead on your Necrolytes. And what you really need for your Warlocks is Cripple, Firebolt, and Life Drain, which is everything. So go ahead and focus your upgrades on your Warlocks more than your Necrolytes. That's about it. This is my teal strategy, guys. This is what I'm working on. And starting next week at the end of my games, literally 1 week from when you're watching this, I will be hosting games nonstop. It's the summer of fun, guys. I'm going to do literally nothing but have... TMI incoming, guys. I'm doing nothing but make up sex with my girlfriend. I'm just gonna, I owe her so much for her patience for the semester. I'm gonna host video games, and I'm gonna have parties and recording, and that's it. It's just me, sex and games and recording, and hopefully 2 of the 3 of those will please you in some way. Feel free to take your pick which ones you want. And I will be opening a thread at diplomanian.com right after I start uploading this video. It's going to be called the Theory Crafting thread for Azeroth Wars. Go ahead and post whatever openings you think, whatever late game strategies, anything that you think could mix up the game, change what we're seeing, because right now it's pretty predictable. Red and teal. Red's got 2 opening strategies. He's got a rush, and he's got the build up in Skullomance, and then Doom drop Stratholme while attacking outside of Skullomance. Light blue and brown, it's pretty basic. You just want to grab as many creeps as you can, try to pull armies into favorable chokes for you. Gray, pink, I don't actually know what they do that often. I know that this is very heavily on the champions, the Orcish champions, getting enough of those. Pink going support, gray, I don't know. God, I had to fight an awful game against a pink player. I finally got to see that never-ending torrent strategy, by the way. That was fucking nightmare. Oh my god, I could not... I just couldn't do it. You see it in Dechuri's video. By the way, I'll post a link to that in the comments again, or rather in the video description, so you guys go ahead and check it out. I didn't know what to do against it. I had like everything I needed as yellow, and I just didn't know what to do against a pink that was doing that. Chain heals, permanent torrent res... It was a nightmare. I think they forgot. It's like the polymorph in this game. This is not single player. This is not ladder games. That resurrect is pretty fucking strong. And as always, guys, try to keep Mech there and alive. Put the boots of speed, ring of protection, do whatever you can. And go post in the forum. The theory crafting forum thread. God, I'm a little out of practice doing this, but I hope you guys have bared with me at this point. This has been Azothan with my teal strategy. I would love to hear your strategies at diplomunion.com. Go ahead and create an account and post in the theory crafting section. You'll be able to interact with other pros and hear them call my strategy dumb. Really looking forward to it. I'll see you guys soon. This has been Azothan. Really excited to be recording again, and wish me luck on my finals. Talk to you guys soon. Bye. Oh, almost forgot to tell you guys one more thing. Theorycraft episodes will become a regular part of the channel. I would like to go. I'll be browsing the Theorycraft thread in order to go ahead and find more theories, talk about them on the show, and see what kind of things we can go in. God damn, Dark Green didn't even grab this control point. That's so weird. He must have been very distracted. Anyway, like I said, there's going to be a regular part of the channel. Go ahead, post your stuff there. I will give credit where credit's due. I'll be reading off the people whose idea it is, what I think about it, trying it out. Possibly even you can send me in a video of you doing it. I can maybe cover like 2 or 3 theories a day, since these are proving only to be like a half hour long. I'll discuss the strengths, the weaknesses, potential counters, and we'll go from there. I just want to see the metagame change. I want to see the early game change. I want to see change in general, guys. Evolution. That's how you stay strong.
The Haka need essence to change. Stay, you will last long.
It's just nothing but watching Day 9's StarCraft 2 playthrough. I love his Dahaka.
Dahaka.
Alright guys, now it's actually goodbye, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!